I've got the pleasure of talking to you about that Arsenal's drubbing at the Emirates Stadium. The final score being Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 5. Where to begin? It wasn't particularly enjoyable, to say the very least. Brilliant first half, but beyond that, I mean, it was awful. Once again, it was really poor. I witnessed the team effectively give up tonight in that second half. It was so poor from us. Koscielny gets a red card, and just the team accepts defeat, accepts the failures that we are. It was really sad to see that, and it's not what you expect from a club of our stature. 10-2 on aggregate. 10-2. Bewildering. I've never known it be this bad. I really haven't. It's really quite bewildering how it's come to this. 10-2. Bayern Munich are an exceptional side, and over the course of two legs, they definitely deserve to be going through. But I don't think we were 10-2 bad compared to them. I don't know what to say, really. I'm dumbfounded. I'm lost for words. I mean, I do these videos to dissect the games, to talk about where Arsenal could have been better, where we could have improved, what Arsenal did well. But there's nothing much to say tonight. It's just sad talking about it. I don't want to carry on doing videos in a way that just sheds negative light on the club at the moment. There's not a lot. I wish I could talk positively about the club, but there's nothing good to say at the minute. Arsene Wenger has dug himself a hole, and he's trying to scramble out of that. But performances like tonight, in that second half, really don't do him any favours. They really don't. And something at this club has to change sooner rather than later, because this is not good for any Arsenal fan's health. It is really depressing at the minute. But let's not talk entirely negatively about it, shall I say, because there are a few positives that can come out tonight. That first half was sublime from Arsenal. It was really good. We played some really exciting football. We actually had a midfield for once. Xhaka, Ramsey and Chamberlain. Those three performed exceptionally well. Ramsey, good to see him back in the starting 11. Apart from a few misplaced passes, I thought he worked his socks off. I thought he was very efficient in the midfield alongside Granit Xhaka. Chamberlain ahead of them in that number 10 role was brilliant. The 4-3-3 seems to be working really well for us. Mustafi had a good game. Monreal, I still think, personally for me, I want to say something good about him, but for me, I still think Kieran Gibbs should be ahead of him in the pecking order at the minute. Bellerin on the right-hand side looked a lot better with Theo Walcott ahead of him. That should be nailed on right now. Walcott and Bellerin, those two have got something going on there. And that, I don't know why Walcott's been absent from the squad in recent weeks. He was so good when he played against Southampton a month or so ago, and now he's just not getting in the team anymore, especially when Bellerin's in the team as well, because those two, at the start of the season, was so pivotal to our success. To have that partnership disrupted really does bewilder me. So Bellerin and Walcott, that needs to remain a constant in the side from here on in. Xhaka, Ramsey, those two need to be playing more. I don't want to see Coquelin in the side too much from here on in. That's not to say Coquelin's a bad player, but Xhaka, Ramsey is going to work better for us in my opinion. Chamberlain needs to continue in midfield. Alexis, I thought did some very good things in this game, but for the most part, I actually thought he was incredibly frustrating. Looked like a player that, dare I say, wanted out of the club, but when he went off, I mean, that kind of suggests to me that Alexis is on his way in the summer. His reaction as well when we went 5-1 down, I mean, he just looks like he's had enough, and I don't blame him. I really don't blame the guy. And as I said in a previous video, if he's professional about it and he doesn't go the way of Van Persie or Nasri or Fabregas, and he actually, leaves his club with some dignity, then fair enough. It's just, when you're handing in transfer requests, writing open letters to the club saying how unhappy you are with things, that's where a line should be drawn. But if he's professional, as I say, then fair play to him. Go to Juventus, go to Bayern, win titles, because that's what you deserve, Alexis Sanchez. But yeah, that first half, we got that opening goal fairly early on through Theo Walcott. It was really a really well-worked goal. Walcott doing what he does best, that shot across the keeper, but this time into the roof of the net, through the gloves of Manuel Neuer. Some hope really installed into this Arsenal team at that point. Fantastic finish from Theo Walcott. Got into an opportunity a little bit close to the goal a bit later on, a finish that he should have done a bit better with, in my opinion. But Giroud had a chance, Walcott had a couple of other chances, and the team all round had about 5-6 chances. But the big talking point in that first half for me, where we should have gone 2-0 up, is when Xabi Alonso took down Theo Walcott, and we should have been awarded a penalty. That was a big moment in the game. Referee got it wrong, and it cost us, because going out into the second half, as we saw, the decision went against us. Laurent Koscielny getting the red cards, and I'm not going to talk about all of it. Bayern's 5 goals, because I'm already depressed enough as it is. But that red card changed everything in the game. We saw Koscielny go off away from home at the Allianz when we were very much in the game. The exact same happened tonight. and he's so pivotal to our play. But to go down to 10 men, even though he's our best centre-half, shouldn't lose in that manner. We really shouldn't. And as I said at the start of the video, the team gave up. But they accepted defeat at that point. Lewandowski with the penalty makes it 1-1, should I say. And, you know, regarding the red card, it was a bit of a mad one. The referee, first of all, gives a yellow and a penalty, and then the fourth official says it's a red card, so Koscielny goes off. The fourth official, I do think it was a red card, because it is a clear goal scoring opportunity and he has pushed him. A penalty as well. It is harsh, but I suppose that's how things go. But the fourth official for me was questionable throughout the whole game, as was the referee. The officiating wasn't particularly great tonight, but that shouldn't come into play if we play our game and we play well enough. We offered nothing after that, really. We brought on Mesut Ozil, Francis Coquelin and Lucas Perez. As I said, Alexis went off, Ramsey went off as well. I think I can't actually remember the substitutions, to be fair, but yeah, we offered nothing, and Bayern just picked us apart. And I don't even think they were at their best tonight. In fact, I think they were only in second gear. It could have been a lot worse for us this evening if they'd have brought their A game to the table. But the most frustrating thing for me is that over the course of 2 legs, we were nowhere. You know, we weren't 10-2. The scoreline doesn't reflect quite how bad we were. Well, what am I trying to say? We weren't as bad as 10-2 says we are. For about 60, 70 minutes over the course of 2 legs, we played some very good football. At the Allianz, we had a 10-15 minute spell where we actually could have gone ahead. Granit Xhaka had a great chance in that game. Tonight, we played some brilliant stuff in that first half. But it's that 45 minutes away from home in Munich where we just capitulated. And we had 11 men on the pitch that day, so no excuses there. That was awful. That was just typical Arsenal mentality, that. But today, no club, even with 10 men, should lose 5-1 at home. It's really embarrassing. It really is. I was just waiting for him to bring on Gabriel when Koscielny got sent off. It almost as if he just went a bit mad and just brought on Lucas Perez, Mesut Ozil and Francis Coquelin later on in the game, put Xhaka at centre-half effectively, and just accepted a bond. You know, we either go for this or we concede. We just make a mockery of ourselves. And, you know, it's really hard talking about a game like that. It really is. So I'm not going to talk about it for too much more. Where does this leave us going forwards? Well, we're out of the Champions League once again, and for me, I actually think a welcome break from the Champions League wouldn't do us, wouldn't do any harm to the club, because it doesn't really, at this stage in the season, going out 10-2 on aggregate to Bayern Munich. I mean, we don't need the fact highlighted that we're not as good as these teams season upon season. It's happened 5-6 years in a, well, it's happened too many years in a row now. It's happened a ridiculous amount of years in a row, and it doesn't help our season at all. So for me, if we don't qualify for Champions League, whilst that will harm Kroenke's pockets, I don't think that would be a hindrance to the club. It would allow us to focus on the Premier League, other domestic competitions in the Carling Cup, the FA Cup as well. You know, we're not going to win this competition in the next 2 or 3 years, in my opinion. So focus on what we can actually win, what's achievable in front of us in the Premier League. Whilst we all love the Champions League, and I love this competition so dearly, I would sacrifice the next couple of years out of it if it does mean we can compete in the Premier League. That's just how I see it. I know a lot of you won't agree with that, but I think that's the way it's got to be. I think something has to change, and that could potentially be a factor in it. So, yeah, Arsene Wenger, there's no, I love it, I love you, I love the guy so much, but there's no coming back from this, in my opinion. There really isn't. He's really, you know, he's got no excuses after tonight. So I think the most sensible thing to do, as I've mentioned time and time again, let's win this FA Cup for him. Let's do as best as we can in the league, and end days for Wenger, in my opinion. I think that's the most sensible thing to do. I don't think even those loyal to Wenger can defend this for too much more, because it's horrible. It really is horrible. We've got such a good squad. We played some brilliant football tonight, and as fans, we should not be witnessing this far too often. And the thing that wound me up most about this lineup was, it was such a good one. Why did we not play that at Liverpool? Why did he go so mental at Liverpool and play Giroud, Welbeck, that really weird team? When we, you know, if we'd have played the team we'd have started with tonight, I think we'd have won at Anfield. I don't think that's me being presumptuous either. I really do think that if we'd have played a team as good as the one we played tonight, a team where players are playing in their correct positions, a team that actually has a robust and exciting midfield, then I think we would have got something at Anfield. And the mind boggles with Arsene Wenger in a minute. It really is perplexing, some of his decision making, but I can't talk about this any longer because it's horrible. Anyway, guys, please do drop a like on the video. Please do check out my documentary, which highlights some of the issues surrounding Arsenal in a minute. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And thank you to each and every one of you that's either dropped a like on it, sent me a message. It means so much to me. It's the only thing getting me through life at the moment. Yeah, as I say, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be speaking to you soon.